Rob, how close do you watch Aaron tonight? Are you almost going batter to batter with him? Can you give him time to settle in? I mean, how close do you have to watch him?
I mean, like anyone, pretty close at this stage of the game. So, but we've got a plan together, and Aaron knows it. Aaron knows it. So, yeah, we'll be ready to go.
We go here in the middle, front.
Hey, Rob. Trey talked about how valuable it can be that you're even keel. Is that something were you always that way, or did you have to learn that at some point in your life?
I think for the most part, I've kind of been this way, but, I learned a lot working for Joe Torre, and that's who he is. And I think the players appreciate that you're not hot and cold and flying off the handle every other inning. So I think it keeps them relaxed a little bit.
Marcus?
When Trey got to Philadelphia, his defensive mechanics were very different, and I think his hitting approach was maybe a little different as well. Can you address sort of the kinds of changes he's had to make and how remarkable it is that a guy at this stage of his career is willing and able to make them?
Yeah, as far as the defense is concerned, I think he's improved so much just reading hops, his glove work, his throwing accuracy. Him and Bobby Dickerson have done a tremendous job and a lot of work to clean it up a little bit. As far as the offense is concerned, I think anytime a guy comes to a new team and has a big contract, I think he puts a little added pressure on it. And I think that's how it all started with him, his first half season anyway here in Philadelphia. But I think he's settled in. I think he's using the field a little bit more, not focusing so much on the home run ball because it's going to come because he's strong, he's got bat speed. But getting on base, using the field, creating havoc for the other team. So I think those are the biggest changes. Yeah. Yeah, this is a game of adjustments, adapting, trying to be the best version of yourself. And sometimes it's tough for a veteran to believe that he needs to improve, he can improve. But Trey has certainly taken that in and been a really good student, and he's gotten a lot better.
I'm going to go over here to Paul on the right.
Rob, I'm sure the preference is to get Ranger a clean inning, but would you bring him in the middle of an inning if needed, or would it be a traditional reliever and then get Ranger ready for the next one?
Yeah, I'd never say never, but I'd prefer to clean up an inning with somebody else.
And then with Bader, what do you feel comfortable with him doing or not doing today?
Probably the same thing he did in Game 2. I think there's a little better chance that he'd run for himself, but we don't know 100% yet. Well, that's kind of be a game time decision, but he can pinch hit for sure.
Next question for Rob. Let's go back here on the right. Yep.
Hi, Rob. With Ranger, he exited his last start early, and because he was a little banged up, he didn't pitch in the scrimmage you had, and then he was available in the bullpen for the first couple of games. Is there any concern about just routine-wise, how he might look? Maybe just with a long layoff, is there any concern there? And how do you feel like he's kind of stayed in tune with a questionable schedule, like when he would actually be able to pitch?
Yeah, so he's been up on the mound a couple of times, so I feel good about that. And I think everybody knows Ranger, I don't think there's not too much that bothers him. So I have full confidence that he's ready to go.
We stay there on the right.
Rob, what's the mood of the guys? I'm sure you've spoken with a couple of them, going into this game. Just how are they feeling? Just optimistic. What's the tone, basically?
Yeah, I think they feel good, and I've heard a couple of them talk about, you got to win one game. And this is the most important game of the year right here. So you got to take them one at a time. You've got to trust yourself and trust your teammates and stay relaxed and stay loose and be yourselves.
Destiny in the middle.
Back to Bader. If you guys know around game time that he can run for himself, can you DH him and put Schwarber in left field? Can he make that change, or is that off the
No, we wouldn't do that.
Anything else for Rob? Okay. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.